All right. Good morning, boys. We start with chapter number 7, Natural and Man-made Disasters. Now, to begin with the chapter, first we should know the definition of the term disaster. Disaster can be explained as an event that causes a lot of damage to life and property and affects the environment so badly that it takes a very long time for its recovery. According to UNO, the term disaster, it is a serious disruption of functioning of the society and the community. In simple words, we can say that disaster is an unexpected event which causes a lot of damage to life as well as property. So we can understand it this way, that anything which occurs, it's an event. Always remember, it's an event which occurs and it totally disturbs the normal functioning of the society and our day-to-day life. Along with this, there is a term hazard. What do you mean by hazard? The meaning of hazard is, it is any substance, it can be a situation, it can be a phenomenon that has the potential or capability of causing damage to life and property, the environment and the people. So actually hazard is not an event, it's a situation, it's an event. For example, suppose if there is a bomb placed somewhere, unless and until it bursts or explosion takes place, it's only a hazard. Maybe after the explosion, it may cause death of several hundred people, that may become a disaster. But till that time it's not exploded, till that time it's only a hazard, it's a threat to the life and property. You must have seen there are so many buildings in and around, many are very ancient buildings, old ones, unmaintained, they are not well maintained. In such buildings, the chances of collapse of the building is always there. That is a hazard. It may collapse any time and may cause serious damage to the life and property in the surrounding area. So this is the basic difference. Disaster is an occurrence, it is an event, whereas hazard is only a situation or a substance which has a potential which can cause damage to the life and property and the environment wherever it exists. Now, the second thing what we need to know in this chapter is types of disasters. Types of disasters, there are two types of disasters. The first one is the natural disaster. Natural disasters are those which are caused by some naturally occurring phenomenon like earthquake, avalanche, tsunami, cyclone, floods. These are natural disasters. Means natural phenomena, they play a major role in the occurrence of such disasters. Every now and then we hear, every year, like in our own country, we have floods, especially the rivers of North India, Ganga, Kosi, Brahmaputra, they are very prone to floods and every year they get flooded. So these are caused by natural phenomena. We don't have any say in it. Human beings, no human activities are involved in that. So we keep it in the category of natural disasters. This natural disaster is further divided into two types. One is weather related forces, and the other one is geological forces. The weather related forces, it means those forces which are operating on the outer surface of the earth, basically the elements of weather. These elements of weather, they continue, means they keep on bringing changes on the outer surface of the earth, like temperature, pressure, humidity, winds. They are the elements of weather and they cause this weather. These natural disasters, what we keep it under the category of weather related forces. They are basically cyclones, then we have avalanche, we have floods, we have landslides, we have cloud burst, we have droughts. All these are different types of These are different types of natural disasters which are caused because of weather related forces. Now for example, I'll explain you what are all these, like cyclones. Recently in the last month we had a cyclone in Bay of Bengal. Tropical cyclones are very common in Bay of Bengal, and especially the coastal areas of West Bengal, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh and parts of Tamil Nadu. They are almost every year they are affected by some or the other tropical cyclones, amongst which some are very powerful, very strong enough, which causes a lot of damage. Actually cyclones are what? It is a powerful storm in which the winds, they move or they blow in a circular pattern at a very high speed. Actually what happens, in the center a low pressure is created, whereas a high pressure is experienced in the surrounding areas. So this difference in pressure results into the movement of winds, and the winds, they start moving in a very fast spiral form, resulting into the occurrence of a tropical cyclone. They also cause heavy torrential rainfall, torrential showers. So these are cyclones. They are very common in our country. Then we have the floods. Floods is another one. Floods are very common in our country. India basically being a tropical country, and in the northern part we are surrounded by the long mountain ranges of Himalayas, which are very high. These mountains, most of the peaks of these mountains are snow capped. They are covered with snow. They have glaciers, and these glaciers, they melt and they have given rise to various perennial rivers. All the rivers in North India, they all are perennial rivers because they are snow fed rivers, because the water is provided to the river through melting of snow. Now flood. What is a flood? When the water overflows the banks of the river, we call it as flood or flood condition. Now this can be because of excessive melting of glaciers, which can increase the volume of water flowing in the river, or heavy rainfall in the upper courses of the river. So naturally all these water which is falling in the form of rainfall and the surface run of water, it all drains and comes down in the river and increases the volume of water in the river, causing flood condition. Then we have drought. What is drought? Now drought is a condition of dryness that results because of very long, due to failure of rainfall and a very long stretch of dryness without any rain. Suppose in an area there is a failure, especially in our country we receive the rainfall through the monsoon winds. If the monsoon winds are not strong enough, they do not provide sufficient rainfall. Now in certain areas there is a total dryness, they don't receive any rainfall less than 25 centimeters or even less than that, results into